My name is Marissa Edwards. I'm a lecturer in the UQ Business School. I completed my PhD in 2012 and I teach in one of our largest first year courses, which is MGTS 1601, Organisational Behaviour. And last semester, for the first time, we implemented online marking for one of our assessment pieces, which is a written essay. There were multiple benefits to implementing online marking for our written essay. Firstly, we found that one of the main benefits was that we could use a comment bank. So all of our tutors, and we have a lot of tutors in the course because it's very large, our tutors, when they were marking, could simply select comments and they could select particular criteria to use and apply as they were marking online, and it meant that you weren't always writing the same things over and over. You could always apply your own comments if you wanted to, but having a comment bank that we could choose from really cut down on the amount of time that you were writing comments to students, because lots of them make the same mistakes over and over again. So that was the first benefit. The second benefit that we found was simply at the end of the essay, there was usually a lot of calculation to be done, adding up marks across the different criteria. With online marking, it was done automatically for you, and that made it very easy. We also found at the end of the essay, once all the marking was complete, we didn't have to alphabetize between 600 and 800 assignments like we usually had to. So that cut down on a lot of administrative time. It also meant that we didn't have to chase assignments. We didn't have to chase students to find out who had submitted online at Blackboard, who hadn't, who had submitted a hard copy, who hadn't. And it really cut down on the amount of work that my associate lecturer and my tutors had to do. And finally, we also liked the fact that we didn't have lots of essays simply printed off in paper form, which meant that we were saving the environment as well. So in terms of any tips or recommendations for people who are thinking of doing online marking for the first time, I would say go ahead and do it. We certainly wish that we had done it a long time ago, because it gave us so many benefits that we didn't really anticipate. Tips for anyone thinking of using it again or using it for the first time. One thing that we found was that our tutors could take, they didn't actually have to take assignments with them and carry them in their cars or on public transport as they had to in the past. They could obviously mark from home on a laptop, whatever they were using. It meant that assignments couldn't go missing. It meant that we could keep track of everything, and we could also do moderation in that we could go in and see which tutors were actually keeping up with their marking, which is always important, and we could also look at what are the scores looking like, is this tutor marking fairly and according to the criteria. So we could keep an eye on how our tutors were going in ways really that we couldn't so easily before. And in terms of going about doing it, please go to eLearning training. Our workshops that are run, they were fantastic. We held them for all of our tutors to attend at once, and it was a fantastic environment for them to learn about online marking, and it was extremely helpful.